All right. It's a frightful Halloween special. You know, we got Andrew Whitworth, Ryan FItzpatrick. They're in town for tonight's Amazon Prime Thursday night football game. And you know what? We're going for a walk. So let's go.
Let's get moving.
Thank you for having us, Frank. 400, is that right?
Walk number 400.
And no days off, or
Yeah,
we
400 in a row.
Oh wow.
No days
Wow.
off. It goes back to last September. It's been 400 straight days now. Through sick, through bad weather. I mean, I walk with a sinus infection.
Wow. So Frank, let me ask you this. So when you say 400 days walking, is there like a goal every day when you go walk? Is there
Well,
like how many steps you want to get?
When
or
I
how far you're
started,
trying
it
to go?
was, and it still is, 10,000 is my minimum.
Okay.
But my goal truly is about 15,000.
Wow. That's a lot of
And
steps.
Where's your step counter? Just your.
it's my
your
wrist.
watch. Yeah. Okay.
It's on my wrist.
So I want to get this out of the way early. The pace of this walk right here. You know, I had mentioned Whit's got really long strides. He has a hard time just kind of staying still. So I will walk as fast or as slow as you want. We may lose Whit after a while, though.
Yeah, it's hard for me to shorten my stride, guys.
Well, my stride's faster now than it was a year ago. I can tell you that much. I would
that.
struggle. I would struggle.
What has it done for your daily mood? Just kind of overall health and wellness and well-being in that head of yours.
I guess I am a lot more healthy, in a better healthier spot too. Although the Mets helped that out by having their great run this year. So,
Oh, we got to the Mets quickly.
yes. Though
crossing?
that team in South Florida is kind of driving me nuts.
Kind of
So it
driving you a
hasn't-
little crazy.
So that it hasn't helped with the mood swings with the Miami Dolphins, is what you're telling us.
Yeah, no.
They're still
Okay.
frustrating.
What do you think about Tua's new hairstyle?
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I just hope his head stays safe.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I
I'm
like
tired of
that.
seeing him get hurt.
Yeah. I think everybody hopes that.
Everybody feels that way.
I mean, to me, I think the way the Dolphins were constructed this offseason
Yeah.
is absolute malpractice and incompetence from the general manager.
So you're not a Chris Greer
Not a
fan.
I'm 20. He's been there 20 years. They haven't won a playoff game in 24 years.
Results do matter.
Yeah, he's been head of scouting. He's been in the scouting department, and he's been the assistant general manager and general manager. I mean,
Do you have any good memories from the 2019 or 2020 seasons that you'd like to talk about, or nothing? There's just been no
sticks
bright
out?
spots there in the last.
2019, I think you guys won too many games.
What are you fishing for there, Ryan?
Oh, we won too many games.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see. Okay, so but what would you have
Who
liked?
would you blame that on?
Would you have liked to see to draft Joe Burrow or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought that was the year that the Dolphins
doing?
would completely tank,
Yeah.
and I was at peace with that,
Okay.
especially when they got like, what was it, 0-6, 0-7?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Dark days.
Then you came in and won a couple of games. That's
So
that's my
basically he's
memory.
saying it's
Is there
your fault.
resentment?
That's
There's
what he's saying.
resentment
He
No,
here,
there's
or
no
no?
resentment. There's no
Okay.
resentment.
Okay. Good.
He's forgiving you by now.
In 2020, they played with a lot of heart and spirit. Almost made the playoffs. If there were 7 teams that year, they would have made the playoffs. And you were a good mentor to Tua that year. And I think some of the confusion was of the tug of war between wanting to put a rookie quarterback in there and wanting to try to make the playoffs between the GM and the coach, which led to Brian Flores' dismissal.
Yeah.
That's basically what I remember from your tenure with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
It was, you played very well, obviously.
That's
You-
all I wanted to hear.
That's
Yeah,
all he
that's
was
all.
getting.
You played very well.
All he wanted you
thank
to say
you.
was that right there. That was it. That's all he really wanted.
Now, how's your celebrity around here now that you've been
Yeah,
doing
I was
these
about to say,
walks?
Oh,
You get a lot of people following
I get
you?
a lot of people follow me. He's saying, "Hey, Frank. Hey, Frank." It's crazy. What's even crazier is sometimes I'm walking down the street and all of a sudden I'll hear "woo woo woo," Frank the Tank, and it'll be either a police officer or a fireman on like the loudspeaker. they'll like honk at me and wave at me.
Yeah.
Do you get some people stop you and say, "Man, you've inspired us"?
Oh,
just from
yeah.
watching
All
it and all that good
yeah.
stuff? That's really cool.
I mean, that's a good part. We have Don down there in Virginia, Don Gilbert, and he's got stage 4 cancer, and right now he's going through some. It's tough right now for him. I've heard he's been really sick lately, but he's fighting, and he's still fighting, and I'm thinking about you, Don.
Don, we're thinking about you, brother.
Thinking about you, Don.
I mean, but that's incredible. Is that people? I've actually inspired people. People tell me they've lost weight. I've seen people who are even fit saying, "Hey, if he could do it, I can do it," and inspires them to go even further.
Yeah, do even more.
That to me is crazy. I mean, I was 380 pounds last year, and my heaviest was I was over 500 pounds at one point. I was wearing size 6. I mean, I put my
what do you wear now?
I'm down to size 3 shirts.
There we go. I
And-
love
Now Whit's down to a double X, but he can probably
Yeah,
give you some of his
double
3X clothes if you
that.
want.
That's right. I got
And-
some extra 3X. You a big Bengals or Rams fan at all? I got some extra 3Xs.
More of a Bengals. I don't like any teams from LA
I
personally,
understand.
but
Especially the one we played last night, probably.
yeah, special team. I'm not. You see, there's 2 different types of Met fans. There's Met fans who hate the Yankees, like they're celebrating today, they're gloating, and there are Met fans like me that they're the American League.
Yeah.
I hate the American League. The American League is boring.
Can you explain to Whit these New York teams and how it goes? If you're a Giants fan, you're usually
they're all like they kind of go together. If you're a Yankees fan,
with the different sports.
you know the different
Well, in
sports. Who you like.
baseball, there are a lot more Yankee Met haters.
Okay.
Met fan, it's a little more rigid. Football, I think Giant fans pity the Jets.
Okay.
But if you're a Giants fan, who are you cheering for in baseball?
You Giants, Yankees? Is it Mets, Jets? What's the deal?
It's always Mets Jets has always been kind of connected,
Okay.
especially the years that the Jets trained and played on had their practice facilities on Long Island. That they shared Shea Stadium, so you have that historic connection. The Giants are more encompassing because the Giants have a bigger fan base. The Jets
Gotcha.
got kind of a small fan base. I
Okay.
mean, it's that organization. I mean, even as a Dolphin fan, I think I'm starting to pity them.
Wow.
Frank, one thing, their people, they're superstars, wanted you to advise them on.
Oh,
Since
yes.
They're new to sports media, podcasting, they're athletes. What advice do you have from all your years of experience?
Yeah,
Well-
we need some advice, Frank. Give us some advice on podcasting.
I'd
doing
say
media.
the best thing you could do
Hey,
on
we're
a
walking here.
I'd say the best thing you could do on a podcast is to be frank.
Oh wow.
I mean, you got to be.
Look at you.
That's great.
Look at you.
I mean,
Has he said that before?
I feel
He's
like
never
that
said
might
that.
have been reused.
Yeah.
I just made it up.
You got to be frank.
That's great.
Okay.
And,
I'm gonna write that down.
And I know you got to be toe to line sometimes, but if you're honest and you say something different, say something that, hey, I wouldn't expect that, that's how you get your audience.
There we go.
Okay. But I mean, Frank, I feel like there's a real authenticity with you. You're not doing anything really for the wow factor. What we see is what we get. Is that right?
That's how
Yeah.
you actually feel, right?
That's how I feel.
yeah.
I mean,
The clip of you throwing all the chairs and stuff when what happened? The Dolphins lost at
yeah.
the Barstool headquarters.
yeah, probably.
You're
Yeah,
frustrated.
Dolphins, either Dolphins or Mets lost. I mean, this year was especially when they lost that first game to Buffalo, and then Tua
Yeah.
got the concussion.
Yeah, that was a Thursday night game. We were there.
I mean, that's just like.
So, are you a fan of Josh Allen?
Tell
I
us the
respect
truth.
Josh Allen.
Okay.
You respect him.
I
Okay.
respect him. I think he's a very good quarterback, though he lost to me in the dozen. I beat you in the dozen, Josh. You remember that?
He beat you in the dozen,
Beat you,
Josh.
Yes, but I wish he wasn't a Buffalo Bill. I'll put it that way.
Well, you had years against Tom Brady where it was tough,
And since
and
this,
now
and if the Bills win the Super Bowl, so be it. I'll be happy for the fans of Buffalo. It's not that this Dolphins season I consider lost, and I'm now I'm now hoping for a better draft
You're
pick.
already giving up on the season.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
you're done.
I'm completely done.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow. You've been out for a while.
So now, does that mean you're done? Like, so if you're done on the Dolphins, you're done on their season.
Yeah.
Is there another NFL team you're like, all right, fine, I'm gonna root for these guys
No,
to finish well, or are you
no.
just done with NFL? Now the Dolphins are
I
done?
don't want the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I'm tired of the Chiefs.
Whatever scenario.
They've won enough.
The Chiefs are over.
Yeah, I don't want the Chiefs to win.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to see them 3P. I want to see someone new win.
Okay.
You know who I would like to see win the Super Bowl?
Give it to
I mean, there's no chance Dolphins turn their season around, but the Detroit Lions.
I knew you were going there.
Nice.
The
Jared Goff,
Detroit
baby.
Lions. I mean, talk about a fan base starved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, before last year, they only had one playoff win in 65 years. I mean, the curse of Bobby Lane.
Do you know how many NFL teams
Yeah.
with cat nicknames have won the Super Bowl?
I don't think they have.
Nope.
You
Curse
can't
of the
stump
cat.
this guy. You can't stump
Can't
Frank.
stump him.
The Panthers have come close.
Curse of the cat.
The Bengals.
Oh, those Bengals.
Curse of the
Boomer,
cat.
Boomer was there. Joe was there.
I remember Super Bowl 16. I remember they had that good. I was very young too that year, so I remember that Super Bowl.
The Icky Shuffle.
That was just, Super Bowl 23.
23.
They should have
okay.
won that one. I think if Tim Crumry doesn't break his leg, they win
They
that
win
Super
it?
Bowl.
Are you a savant? You know all these off the top of your head?
I know a lot of it. Yeah.
You know, is sports your passion?
Yes.
Yeah, sports is your passion.
Especially baseball is my favorite.
Okay.
Okay.
So I know a little more baseball than anything else.
So like 1972, what happened?
Dolphins went.
No, baseball.
Oh, baseball. The Oakland Athletics won the first of 3 straight World Series.
Wow. Let's talk about MLB 2001.
Ooh.
Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that's where I'm from,
I knew you were
Arizona.
going
So
there, Fitz.
I was watching a stand-up routine of Jim Brewer a couple of years ago, and he said that he truly felt that America was back and New York was back when he was happy that the Diamondbacks won the World Series because it was cool to hate the Yankees again.
nice. Oh, speaking of hating the Yankees, do you have any idea what college I attended?
You went to Harvard.
Thank you for bringing that up, Frank. So my senior year, 2004. What happened?
That was the comeback, or his
Yes.
or the Dr.
Choke.
Heimlich.
Yeah, depending on which way you look at it. That was pretty cool for me, going out there, jumping over the fires in the streets, and that was a fun team to watch.
What are you thinking about tonight, Frank? You got Texans Jets.
Step.
I actually think
think
it's
we-
Halloween.
You think we'll get an Aaron Rodgers? Good Aaron Rodgers tonight?
I think the Jets are going to be disguised as winners tonight.
What's your take on A-Rod this year?
I just think he didn't realize what was happening to him when he signed up to be a Jet. You know?
So it's more the organizational failures than it is the Aaron Rodgers failures, you
Oh,
think?
it is. It is. The Jets, you know, there's a line in the Sopranos that he feels like he's Midas in reverse. That everything that's gold that he touches turns to shit. And that's the Jets. I mean, my favorite image of this season so far is Aaron Rodgers got his hand on his face. He's doing like a face palm, and there's a blood spatter that shapes of an L on his the back of his hand.
Wow.
I mean, it's like the universe is just out to get the Jets.
Yeah.
Someone actually once said that about the Jets that to win Super Bowl III, that they made a Faustian deal, and I don't know if it's looking like it's actually true. I mean, there's something mystical that happens with the Jets, where Aaron Rodgers, before 4 snaps in, snaps his Achilles. There's just something.
It's crazy. Yeah.
There's something about them. It's just, and people always ask me, how come I'm not a Jets fan? Because most Mets fans tend to drift to the Jets. I said, I don't think I can mentally handle being a Jets fan.
Yeah. Do you know another piece of trivia on the Jets here? Do you know who holds the single season record for most touchdown passes?
Oh my God, this is getting nauseous.
I think this guy does.
Thanks, Frank.
Oh,
Thanks. So if we get a chance, I'll probably talk to Woody Johnson pregame. Anything you want me to tell him,
yeah.
Frank?
Anything you think about
Or
him?
ask
Talk to
him?
him about?
No,
No, nothing.
No.
I have nothing. I have nothing for the Jets.
Okay.
It's. I'm a Dolphin fan, and my main concern is
You want them to keep doing what they're doing,
I want the Dolphins to tear it down, rebuild
and the Jets to stay
with
how they are.
with a new general manager.
What about you? What's your thoughts on Mike McDaniel?
Yeah.
I just don't know about him anymore. It looks like the league figured him out, and he hasn't adjusted well.
I think he's a guy that, in terms of his football career and coaching career, hasn't dealt with a ton of adversity.
Yeah. Not
And
yet.
so when you
Yeah.
deal with all that
in it
adversity
now.
and you're not sure how to do it or how to react,
They're like
he's
1
kind of
in
been a
11
different
against
person.
teams at winning records.
Yeah,
That's not good either.
yeah.
And this year, it hasn't looked good. I think he tries to be too cute with his play calling sometimes, and these quick motions. I've never seen a team call for that illegal shift more than I've seen the Dolphins get called for it.
Right.
I saw one game where they got called for like 6 times against Seattle.
And there's just not a lot of teams in the playoff runs that win with that style. You know, you got to be able to run the football.
You
You,
know
got to
what
play
remind-
defense.
You know what the Dolphins remind me of? The run and shoot from the early 90s.
Okay. Yeah.
They remind me of the run and shoot. And that was good for a few years, and then people caught on, and the run and shoot disappeared. What I don't like about the Dolphins is they didn't do a good job of fixing the offensive line. They let Robert Hunt walk.
Yep.
They let Christian
did.
Wilkins walk, who was the heart and soul
They did.
of that defense.
Yeah.
I loved Christian Wilkins. You know what else I loved? Andrew Van Ginkel.
Oh, the
yeah,
Ginkler.
baby.
We're big Ginkler
The
guys
I
here.
love Andrew Van Ginkel.
Yeah.
I was so pissed off the Dolphins let him walk.
Do you know what Andrew Van Ginkel named his firstborn son?
No, I don't.
Ripken. Rip Van Ginkel.
Oh,
How
I
about
love
that?
that.
I knew you'd love it,
Ginkel.
Frank.
I love that.
I knew you'd love it.
I miss Andrew Van Ginkel. He was really one of my favorite Dolphins. And
You know who I love now? I think you're going to think the same way about this guy, Zach Sealer. What do we think about Zach?
good player.
Solid player, right?
I'm glad he didn't lose his eye. I mean, I can't believe he got poked in the eye in practice, and it's going to be out a couple of weeks.
These big uglies. I mean,
You know, we get a little
It's ruthless in there.
Yeah, I
Frank.
know. It's just
do we ever stop
But to
for
your
food or
point-
no?
No.
no.
No street. No.
Water? No? Corn dog? Street?
Well,
I
to
should
your
have brought,
point,
I should have
Frank,
brought
I mean-
a body armor for you. I wish I would have
Oh,
done
nice.
that.
Well, I could drink out of the
was
same if you don't mind. I pour it in the
really-
cap.
You really want it?
I'm good, thank you.
And to your
We definitely want some.
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
Here you
want
go.
some.
You can have some.
You can grab some water. And to your point, Frank, how many good football teams lose people in the trenches and become better? When you start losing guys in the trenches, man, you can't lose the big fellas. Christian
That's good
Wilkins,
stuff, Frank.
Robert
Thank
Hunt, Ginkel. You think of the good teams in the NFL, they have good trenches.
Yes. Yes. The Dolphins and to me, I love Tyreek Hill. He's a great player. Waddle's a great player. If you have receivers are great and stars and impressive and fast and it's like having a Lamborghini. It really is the Lamborghini next to the shed,
Yep.
the shack. That's really what it is when you build with receivers first.
Yep.
Yeah,
And-
Sherman likes that analogy too. He uses
does.
that one all the time.
I mean, it's receivers are great, but you need the trenches and
Yep.
Chris Greer. He became unforgivable with the one clip. If you ever seen it, they asked him, and he chuckled. You're worried about the offensive line.
Chris, I still love you. Frank doesn't
Yeah,
really
Frank's
think
not
very
a
highly
fan,
of you.
Chris.
It's part of the job. I know that.
Yeah. Well,
Well, let's do some math here, Frank. So how many in 400 days
Yeah.
weight loss? What are you at? How many pounds?
We started
well,
at what?
I'm weighing today. I'm hoping to be somewhere around 320, and a year ago I was 382.
383 down to
383 a year
320,
ago.
63 pounds. You're down what?
I'm probably down 40.
Okay, so we are collectively down 83 pounds in the last year, the three of us.
It means you're up 37, or what's the deal?
Feels really good.
Yeah, I know I said about the big offensive linemen. A lot of them, just as soon as they retire, it's like,
Get all this off of me.
like Alan,
now.
I saw when Alan Faneca got in the Hall of Fame. It was
Oh
like,
yeah,
it
he
was
got into like marathon running and stuff.
It's like he'd vanished. That's not Alan Faneca. That's someone who's claimed to be Alan Faneca.
Yeah.
He lost a ton of weight.
Boy, there's some more. That looks healthy. Do you mind?
Ryan took down some street food last
you
night.
want some?
Mangoes. But you never stop to eat on these things.
No, I don't.
Yeah, why are you
Okay,
getting
well,
bad
I'm not.
influence
No,
here?
I'll come back. I'll come back.
Come on, Ryan.
The mangoes look good.
This guy last night, I mean, he ate 10 lobster rolls. He had about some street food on our way back.
Oh, I tied it on.
He tied it on last night.
Now, I know both of you have some charity endeavors. Your final season, you won the Super Bowl and the Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
I did. That was a pretty special moment to have the end of your career be, two of the biggest accolades you could get. To be kind of my last 4 days as an NFL player was insane. I mean, still now, it's like hard to look back and even think it wasn't a dream. So.
Now, what stuff do you basically work on charity-wise?
I think it's changed throughout my career. I think when I was a young player, it was a lot about stuff in my hometown and things I could do there, and then started developing to stuff I would do in Cincinnati because I played there for 11 years. And then when I became a Los Angeles Ram, it was really, hey, how can I champion things in the community that different people are doing really well? I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Find groups and people who are making positive impact on kids and communities. And so I've done a little bit of everything, things with veterans, things with homelessness, Boys and Girls Club, you kind of name it. We've been all over the place. So it's, a lot of, food bank and, obviously in LA, homelessness and really food insecurities are one of the biggest issues they face every day. So it's been really cool to be a part of that.
Yep.
Oh, a little wood stroll. I love it.
All right.
Fitz and I love to do this. Frank, we like to take a little Central Park stroll when we're here.
Yeah, this is normal for us,
This
but
is kind of usual.
we've really enjoyed the company today.
Yeah,
It's been awesome.
Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to the game tonight, and you guys do a great job on there. So thank you, and believe me, my memories of you on Dolphins were positive. You were a very good quarterback.
You won too many games.
But you might have won too many games in 2019. I kind of wanted Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted Joe Burrow.
So you won too many games and he didn't want you there.
Yeah. My apologies, Frank. Frank, that was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Frank. Thank you, man.
It's great.